It is finally upon us, one of my favorite weeks of the year. It's the week of the Origins Game Fair in beautiful Columbus, Ohio. So maybe it's not the most exotic or beautiful place in the world, however, it is in my hometown of Columbus. So that's pretty sweet, and I still live in Central Ohio, so it's basically just a hop, skip, and a jump away. Is that even a thing people say anymore? But while Origins may not be the biggest gaming convention like Gen Con or something, but there are always plenty of games and plenty of people to play games with. And this year I wanted to make a list of my most anticipated games that were making their debut or their first appearance at Origins. So most of them are fairly new, within like 6 months-ish. And here they are in really no particular order. The first one is Marcat Kingdoms, published by NV Board Games for 2 to 4 players, and it'll be coming out quarter 25. So it should be hitting shelves fairly soon, I believe. And the description is, prove the strength of your Marcat family's matriarchy by controlling the Kalahari. So basically you will roll 3 dice in this game. You will choose 2 of the dice to be a location. It looks like a modular kind of board thing that they might have going on here. And then the 3rd die is the number of your adorable little Marcat meeples that you will be able to place on those locations. And from there, it's kind of like an area control game-ish. But the rolling of the dice in area control kind of reminds me of one of my favorite games of all time, Las Vegas. Definitely a game, in my opinion, that doesn't get enough praise. It's light, simple, area control, roll dice, put them on casinos. That's another story for another time. My next one I'm looking forward to is Pillars of Hercules, published by Grand Gamers Guild. For 1 to 4 players, taking about an hour or 2. And it says that it is a unique blend of area control, rondel mechanics, and deck building and tableau building, set collection, and resource management. So basically the kitchen sink. Anywho, despite maybe not the most interesting or original theme, this game does have amazing table presence and it looks absolutely gorgeous. It says that it has all of those elements tossed in at a weight of 3.69, not like super heavy. Makes me pretty interested in that one. Another one I'm interested in is 3-2-1 Countdown by Grandpa Beck Games. 3-2-1 Countdown is like a hand shedding game or ladder climbing game, and Grandpa Beck has some really good games. They're pretty consistent with, they seem to have a formula where they take a well-known or kind of classic-ish type game and put a little twist on it to make it their own. But this one plays up to 8 players, and it has kind of a cool like retro-y type look to it, so kind of dig it. But like I said, Grandpa Beck games are always consistent. Can't really go wrong with a Grandpa Beck game if you're looking for like a lighter card game. And the next one I'm looking forward to is Positano. We're gonna have to do some work on that one in post. 1 to 4 players, taking 20 to 45 minutes, published by Slugfest Games. That's where this gets interesting. So this game is it says it's a bidding, drafting, 3D building game. The description of the game is, builders compete for seaside views in a cliffside Italian village. So it looks like you're bidding on these buildings and they stack, and it has this really neat 3D building aspect to it, but it's coming in at a weight of 2 on Board Game Geek, so that's pretty cool that it's, you know, looks like kind of a lighter, faster type game, but it's from Slugfest Games, which is very interesting because the first thing I thought was the people who published Red Dragon Inn, and I'm not super familiar with everything that they do, but it seemed kind of like a pivot or a sidestep for Red Dragon, or Slugfest. Anyways, that's another one I'm looking forward to. And let's see. Oh, another word I can't pronounce. Cretaceous Rails, perhaps? Published by Spielcraft for 1 to 4 players, taking half an hour to 2 hours. That's a pretty big range. It will be available for demo. And it says, compete to create the best Dino Safari Resort experience for time-traveling tourists. Okay. But it also has amazing table presence. It's got some dope looking little dino meeples all over the place and some route building. And it says that it is a quick playing midweight Euro for 1 to 4 players, featuring an innovative dual-action worker placement system. That right there, that gets my juices going. Route building, tableau building, resource management, like the holy trifecta of all that is awesome in a midweight Euro. Super stoked for that one. Looks totally cool. Another one that I'm looking forward to is Emerald Skulls, which is a Thundercrafts, which is a Thunderworks game. Anyways, this one will be available for retail, and it's a super fun kind of dice chucking, but you're also bidding on other people's turn, which is pretty dope because you care what is happening during other people's turns. And it has a real-time element to it where players can actively bid in real time while the player is taking their turn until I think they pick up the dice. Actually, I have a preview of that one, so click on the link somewhere. But it plays 1 to 6 players, and I believe there is an expansion to play it with 7 and 8. So any game that's not quite a party game that can play up to 8 players is always worth checking out. Oh, and another one that I'm excited for, or actually it's more of an honorable mention, 25th Century's Conservant is a fantastic solo game. It's kind of like a bag builder slash sort of tableau builder, but it only takes about 20 to 40 minutes, and it's so satisfying what you can do in those 20 minutes in a solo game. Really enjoyed that one, and it will be at Origins. I highly suggest checking that one out. I have a video on that one as well. Let's see, in another 25th Century game, Grand Central Skyport. 2 to 4 players, taking 30 to 60 minutes. The thing that caught my eye at first on this was the art by Andrew Bosley. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Anyways, dude does a great job on anything he does. He's one of my favorites now. He's up there with like Vincent Dutray. Anyways, yeah, the game looks amazing, and it has kind of like a rondelle type thing going through it with some tableau building. And if I recall correctly, okay, it says operate one of the largest airship skyports in the world. Whatever that means. But if I recall when I looked into it, you are getting these balloons, and then you're kind of building like a tableau, but it depends on the I think you can only put them on the outsides or something. I might be totally wrong about that one. But anyways, 25th Century Games has been quite consistent when cranking out good stuff. So between that and its beautiful art, really want to look into that one. And another one from them. The Yellow House. It's a 2-player only game taking roughly a half hour. It says a drawing debate between Van Gogh and Gauguin. I probably should know that word. I dropped out of art college. Anyways, it looks amazing, has a neat theme, and it's by the same designer as Jekyll vs. Hyde, one of my favorite 2-player games. It's a 2-player trick-taking game, which is phenomenal. Anyways, this one, it says in the Yellow House, inspired by artists like Van Gogh, you'll engage in debates over which element is most crucial in arts. Okay. So basically, it's a game about arguing. Nice. Your goal is to empty your hand during these debates. On your turn, you can either play a card to make a claim or strengthen your argument by discarding cards. So I don't know, basically it's the lineage in there, or the pedigree, that I'm most interested in, 25th Century and the designer. And another one I'm really looking forward to is Ruins, published by All Play, 2 to 5 players, 40 minutes. It says uncover ancient ruins and treasure by crafting powerful card combinations. And this one has like clear cards that you can slide into sleeves, making different combinations of cards. It's designed by John D. Clare, and I suspect it might be kind of a revamping of Custom Heroes, which was an absolute hit for me during game night. We have played a lot of Custom Heroes. And it is a ladder climbing or hand shedding game where you're trying to create sets of cards, 2 2s or 2 4s or 2 5s or whatever. But what's interesting though is those cards, you slip in these clear cards to alter them. And they'll do things like, the cards go 1 to 10, I believe, in that game. And what can end up happening is you'll add 5 to a card. So somebody's like, haha, I played 2 10s. Next thing you know, somebody's like, I'm gonna play 2 15s. You're like, 2 15s. And those alterations to the card stay in the cards throughout the rest of the game. So by the end of the game, the deck that you're playing with is absolutely bananas. And it looks like this is a very similar game to that, but with a different theming of ruins, which actually looks, in my opinion, way cooler than Custom Heroes, because Custom Heroes kind of had this like anime thing. Not that I'm against that. Anyways, another one published by All Play that looks super cool is Vegas Strip. It is for 2 to 5 players, taking roughly 40 minutes, and this one says bluff and strategize to expose corruption. First of all, it has amazing art by Vincent Dutray, and I believe I played an early prototype of this, and it had like a Roman theme, and I totally dig this Vegas theme way better than the Rome theme. But it's kind of like you're bluffing on different casinos to take control of them, and I believe you play these chips. Let's see. It says in this 2 to 6 player bluffing game, players have hidden information about which casinos are corrupt. Players take turns playing money tiles into different casinos. Yeah, it was pretty cool because you're trying to win these different casinos, but when scoring, there could be corrupt casinos. And in those corrupt casinos, if you win those, you end up losing points. But everyone has like, you get cards that let you know which one might be corrupt. So then you're trying to watch other players, like what they bid on. If you notice so-and-so's not bidding particularly on this one, then maybe that particular casino is corrupt. Anyways, totally looking forward to that one. And the last one on my list here is Galileo Galilei by Capstone Games. And I am mostly excited for this one because of the designer. He designed SETI, and SETI is a phenomenal game. One of my favorite games to come out recently. And the only issue I have with the game is not really its complexity or even its length, but due to the length of that game, so it doesn't quite get played as much as I'd like, and it claims that this one is 50 to 100 minutes. So, kind of maybe like a streamline-ish type of SETI. That seems pretty enticing to me. Anyways, so those are all the games I am looking forward to hopefully getting a chance to play during Origins this year. So leave a comment down below if you're going to Origins, and if so, what games are you looking forward to playing? And if you happen to go to Origins and we bump into each other, let's play a sweet game of Las Vegas. As always, thanks for watching another episode of Rolling with the Beard.